A very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. I'm Michaela Fernando. Before we head into more news in detail, here's a look at headlines.
Second rally to welcome Minister Sajith Premadasa to be held in Mathura today. Kanjipani Imran sentenced to 6 years of rigorous imprisonment. Service extension for Admiral Ravindra Vijay Gunaratne. Central Bank reduced policy interest rates. ICC chairman arrives in the island for a 4-day official visit.
In your top story, the United National Party rally is to be held in Mathura today. The rally is being held to welcome United National Party Deputy Leader Minister Sajith Premadasa. Mathura District UNP MP Minister Mangala Samaravira is organising the rally. He said the rally will commence at 3 p.m. at the Sanath Jayasuriya Stadium.
Despite heavy rains experienced in Mathura, the organising committee has decided that we will go ahead with the rally when Minister Sajith arrives. Even nature cannot make us take a step back. There are many willing to attend the rally. I urge you to join us.
Underworld gangster Mohammad Najib Mohammad Imran, also known as Kanjipani Imran, was sentenced to 6 years of rigorous imprisonment today for the charges of possessing and trafficking 5.3 kilograms of cannabis dating back to the 18th of September 2013.
The Attorney General had filed indictments against Kanjipani Imran at the Colombo High Court, and ruling was delivered today by Justice Gihan Kulatunga. Attorney Lakshman Pereira, appearing for Kanjipani Imran, said his clients accept the charges filed against him of possession and trafficking. Thereby, he was sentenced to 3 years for each charge for a total of 6 years rigorous imprisonment by court.
27 people were injured in an accident that occurred in Sigiriya this morning. The accident had occurred when a bus collided with a van in the Digampataha area along the Dambulla Habarana road at 6 a.m. The injured were admitted to the Dambulla and Habarana hospitals. Meanwhile, an accident was reported in Min area along the Habarana-Polonnarua main road. The accident had occurred when a motorbike travelling from Kakirawa to Polonnarua collided with a dog. The motorcyclist, who is also a member of the Civil Defence Force, was admitted to the Polonnarua General Hospital. A nearby CCTV camera captured the moment the accident occurred. In more local news, the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to reduce policy interest rates.
The decision was made by the Central Bank's Monetary Board at its meeting held yesterday. It was decided to reduce the standing deposit facility rate and the standing lending facility rate of the Central Bank by 50 basis points to 7% and 8% respectively. Meanwhile, statutory reserve ratio remained unchanged.
Still in your local news, the Chief of Defence Staff Admiral Ravindra Vijay Gunaratne was granted a service extension until the 31st of December this year. The foundation stone was laid for the construction of the Ihalagoda Bridge in Handugalavala Smulla yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of the Deputy Leader of the UNP, Minister Sajith Premadasa. The construction of the bridge is estimated to cost 34.2 million rupees. The bridge is expected to improve transport facilities in rural villages.
At present, a historical and massive movement in emerging Sri Lanka to create a new era in the country, which will empower the ordinary people and make them kings. By November and December, we will witness the emergence of an era that will improve the lives of ordinary people. Those who were forgotten and unheard will be given a voice. Those who were deprived of representation will be represented. Those who did not receive relief will be given relief. We engage in this service today to brighten your future, to make your future prosperous, to enrich the future of our children, to increase the value of our motherland for our children. There is no point in preaching and talking about development. Our country needs a proper and an effective development strategy that is acceptable by the public. A strategy and a plan that has the confidence of the people. Get ready for a development era that has the confidence of the people, which is submitted from lies. I promise to bring the change to this country.
සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස දියත් කරනවයි කියන එක මේ අවස්ථාවේ ප්‍රකාශ කරනවා.
A road which was renovated in Narahenpita was opened to the public yesterday under the auspices of UNP MP SM Marika. The road was named Pratibha Road. The road was renovated at a cost of 300 million rupees and will benefit many families in the area.
Our party is not a party where we gather around a table and choose the candidate. Our party will select the candidate at the right time. We still have time. Even the date for the presidential election has not been announced. We don't work according to what the SLPP says. The presidential election will be announced in October and then only the nominations will be submitted. So as a party, we are preparing and organizing for that. Sajid Premadasa has had a discussion with those 123 councillors. They have then expressed their opinions and their wishes.
In some political local news, JVP MP Bimal Ratnayaka questioned Minister Rauf Hakim in Parliament today regarding the draft Higher Education Quality Assurance and Accreditation Bill.
Many organizations, including the Medical Faculty Teachers Federation, the OPA, have opposed this draft bill. Even students' unions are against this. They have requested you to withdraw this draft bill and to redraft it after a proper consultation process.
නැවත හරි consultation process එකක් ඇතුලේ කරන්න කියලා.
ඔබතුමාට අවශ්‍ය නම් අපිට මේ
If it is required, we can submit this draft bill to the respective sectoral committee and thereafter discuss this matter. I am the fourth minister to assume duties as the Minister of Higher Education during the tenure of the present government. This is a draft that was prepared after consulting many parties for a long period. There are several issues between state universities and private universities. This draft was brought forward to solve these issues and incorporate international standards and guidelines.
UN guidelines යටතේ කරන මේ පනතක්.
ඔබතුමා මේක
We are requesting you to first discuss this matter with the relevant institutions and stakeholders prior to taking up this matter with the Oversight Committee.
Medical Faculty Associations එක්ක.
කෙටියෙන් කියනවා නම්
In short, the University Grants Commission has discussed this matter with many institutions prior to formulating this draft.
ලබා දීලා යම් සැක තියෙනවා නේද දුරු කරන්න.
We now take a look at more local news in brief.
One person was injured after a shootout at a house in Middenia. The injured was a 20-year-old youth and he is currently admitted to the Emblipiti hospital. The identity of the shooter is yet to be ascertained. Police suspect the shooting would have taken place due to a personal dispute. 50 acres of land were completely destroyed following a fire that erupted in Alla Rock Reserve in Alla, Badulla. Our correspondent said the Sri Lanka Army and the area residents are attempting to douse the fire.
Giving a voice to those who have gone unheard, the Gum at the Village Forum continued for the 5th consecutive day today.
The Gum at the Village forums will highlight the basic needs in rural Sri Lankan villages, focusing on the areas identified by the 4th door-to-door campaign conducted with the University of Peradeniya. The convoy, recollecting 4 years of public service by Gammadda in the form of Siyawasak Pani Sivwasak, reached the Taldena village in Meegahakvila, Badulla. An epistle was also signed by the general public today in order to highlight the main problems of the people, which were identified after an analysis of information gathered by Gammadda and the University of Peradeniya. The Gammadda team is scheduled to travel to the Ridimaliad area from Meegahakvila, Badulla.
We are now joined by Muad Razik, who is currently at the location.
We are in the Teldena area in Andha Ulputta in the Badul district, the 5th day of the Gum at the Village Forum here in the Andha Ulputta area. So currently we are at a special medical clinic organized by Gammadda as well as with the collaboration of Ministry of Health. So this clinic will go on, will start this morning and go on for 3 hours starting from the morning. And also we have a special Come at the Village forum where we will discuss the problems faced by the people of the Theldene area and the Andavulputta and surrounding areas. So that is the latest update here in the Come at the Village forum, the 5th day of the Come at the Village forum. Stay tuned to News First for the latest updates on the Come at the Village forum. Bringing the news, I'm Mohd Razik, signing off from Badulla.
The second day's play of the second test between Sri Lanka and New Zealand is currently underway at the P. Sara Oval in Colombo. Sri Lanka batting in their first innings were 144 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. In more sports news, the chairman of the ICC, Shashank Manohar, arrived in the island last night.
A group of delegates, along with the chairman of the ICC, Shashank Manohar, arrived in the island for a 4-day official visit. The ICC chairman and the delegation met the sports minister Harin Fernando this morning. The delegation will also meet the president of Sri Lanka Cricket and its executive committee. The ICC chairman arrived in the island based on an invitation from Sri Lanka Cricket and was seen watching the second day's play of the second test match between Sri Lanka and New Zealand today. ICC chairman of Associates Imran Kawaja also accompanied Shashank Manohar. During the visit, the duo, along with the sports minister, are expected to inspect the land near the Homagama Mahinda Rajapaksa grounds to construct an international cricket stadium.